Welcome to today's episode. We will be looking at the health benefit of fasting. Fasting can be seen as the abstinence from food and water, and there are different types of fasting. We have intermittent fasting, we have periodic, prolonged fast. The intermittent fasting could actually be 18 hours of without food and then 6 hours with food. And then this can be repeated 2 to 3 times within the week. There are some benefits that are actually common that we have heard about, like control of obesity. And then also, someone who fasts has the tendency also for diabetic, when he's diabetic, is placed on a certain type of fast that can actually help that person. But that is not what we are going to be looking at today. We will look at what actually happened to the system when someone begins a fast. When you begin to fast at about 12 hours of fasting, there is increase in what is referred to as a growth hormone. Growth hormone is actually responsible for growth, like the name implies, and this actually help in healing processes, healing of wounds. We've had instances people taking growth hormone because of ulcers and wounds that they have, but this is not actually encouraged. Other benefit of this is actually it's an anti-aging hormone also. It also helps. Secondly, when someone begins to fast and makes progress to about 18 hours, what happens next? Medically, there's what is referred to as autophagy. In other words, the body mops up the proteins that were not used before, that were in the system. The body mops it up and begin to utilize it. It's like a form of detoxification. In fact, the body also mops up some fungi and bacteria that are in the system. It helps to mop them up and then reutilize them in the system. When this fasting continues at about 24 hours later, the body usually uses sugar for day-to-day activity. By 24 hours, there is what is referred to as ketogenesis. The body begins to manufacture ketones and use these ketones for its metabolism. This is because the sugar in the liver is actually depleted at that period. And ketones are actually very good for the body. So they are good for the brain. They lead to increase in mental acuity. They're also good for the heart muscles, lead to good functioning of the heart as well. As this fasting progresses to about 48 hours, something happens. There is what is referred to as anti-cancer effect of this fasting. In other words, it decreases the risk of someone actually having cancer. And it helps also in reducing tumors or not allowing tumors to actually grow bigger, because the cells are literally, it's like, okay, you just staff them. So somehow they are not able to actually grow the way they should. And the other thing I forgot to tell you about the ketogenesis, or at the 24 hours of the fasting, is that there is increase in antioxidants. Antioxidants are actually very good for the body. They help in taking care of certain sicknesses like osteoarthritis, all these inflammatory sicknesses.